So, Pastor Steve and Sister Wayne, there was ton actually, of your pastor friends that wanted to send in videos and all that kind of stuff, and I pre-warned them all that you wanted your time. So we chose 2. So there are others, but we chose 2. So if you can roll the video of the 2 pastors that we chose, hopefully this video will work.
One night at a conference in Dallas, Texas, at Pastor Danny Wegman's church, as we were accustomed, after service, some of the preachers went out to a local restaurant to enjoy the food and the fellowship. My wife noticed this beautiful couple sitting alone in a booth. They were smiling at each other. It was like it was their honeymoon or something. So we went over to their table and introduced ourselves. It was none other than the Reverend Steve Dobbs and Willeen Dobbs. That night there was a bond formed between 2 families, the Dobbs family and the Arthur Ward family, that I believe that will last throughout all of eternity. For all the wonderful things that I could say about your father, Brother Jimmy Dobbs, the truth is, I would have never met the father had I not met the son. Steve, it was you that invited the Wards to come to Florida. And of all the wonderful things that I could say about your dad, had it not been for the son, my family would have never known the father. Through the years, the older we get, the more we're made to realize someone else has been directing our paths. Pastor Steve, I would like to take the credit of when we first met, you and Sister Willeen, in that little restaurant in Dallas, Texas. Little then did I understand, for I thought God was connecting our families, when in reality, He was introducing me to a brother I didn't know I had. Thank you, Pastor Steve, for opening the doors of your family and your home and your church and allowing us the privilege to love and to be loved. You have encouraged so many others. So on this, your day, let me say and encourage you. You know the next part. God has big plans for you.
Praise the Lord, Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve, my friend, my brother. I just want you to know that I love you.
There's no video.
I appreciate you. I thank God for you every day. I pray that God will strengthen you.
Robbie, there's no video.
And hold you up, because I wouldn't really be where I am today if I didn't have a brother like you, Pastor Steve. And Sister Werlina, I love you because I know you're standing right beside him. I want you to know, man of God, I thank God for you every day. I remember that was a bookstore selling books, and I wanted to go to the bookstore with you, and all of a sudden, you said, you have to have a ticket, something to go around your neck, let people know you're a part of it. And you gave me a tag to wear. I noticed people were looking at me funny, and I didn't know it till the book fair was over. And then I read the tag. It said, Sissy. It said Sissy. People looked at me funny. I was wondering why. They act like they never seen nobody before like me. And then I read that thing that I was wearing around my neck. Sissy, I still love you. Let me say, let me sing one of your favorite songs.
Robbie, can you stop it, and the video is not there. Sorry, guys, just a glitch. Or not. Please welcome Pastor Welton Lane.
People call me crazy for leaving my family, traveling up and down these lonely roads. They call me foolish and unsuccessfully for believing that the gospel of Jesus must be told. They don't know you've been called by the Master to go out, the world, and reach the lost. I love you. To heal the broken hearts. I love you. Set the captive. I love y'all too. Call me anything at all. Just don't know I've been called. This man been called, not just to Jacksonville, to the world. Well, just another carpenter, a lonely Nazarene. He's just another man going in the name of God. They said that about Jesus. So they called him to a hillside. They nailed him to a tree. They hung over a cross, King of the Jews. They didn't know he was called by the Master to go to the world, to reach the world, to heal the broken hearts and set the captive free. Call me anything at all. Some don't know pastor's call. He feel the pain of other shame. Listen, it's the call. When he hear the cry, he hear it deep down inside. It's not pastor, it's the call. You see, he know he's been called by the Master. That's what keep him going. To go out there and reach the lost, to heal the broken hearts and set the captive free. Well, you can call pastor anything at all. You just don't know the man is called. Anything at all. Hey, I love you. We've been called. Give the Lord a praise. Give him a praise, somebody. You know, we appreciate him? Come on. Some of y'all holding your hands. Listen. Nobody had to tell the crowd when the Pope, I see how you're looking. Nobody had to tell the people. They just began to worship. Are y'all looking at me funny? You know who I am. They looked at him and they bowed. Some got on their knees. You didn't have to tell them, hey, y'all, clap your hands. The Pope is here. They were screaming to the top of their voice. You're too quiet right now. I'm talking about the pastor. I'm talking about the man who prayed for your sick children. I'm talking about the man who gave up the comfort of his home to go out around the world to feed little starving children. He don't know it. I give you the mic in a minute. He don't know it, but when we go on mission fields, I step back and I watch him. I mean, it's for real. He get into it. He said, Welton, come on. He have the heart of the Haitians. And I looked at him and I felt a bleeding heart for these people. You can't get no stronger feeling than a bleeding heart for somebody. That's the kind of heart that Jesus had for humanity. A heart that bleeds. I looked at him walk over to a little lady sitting on the ground cooking something. Don't know what it was, but he went over and ministered to her, and flies. Are you listening? Flies was on what she was cooking. But I watched him say, give me one of them. Give me one of them over there. And he looked up. When he found me, he said, Welton, come on. You want? I said, oh, no, thank you, Pastor. Look at you, how you looking. But he ate it. He blessed it. And he ate it. And come on, somebody. I'm talking about somebody I look at this man as a giant, and I pray for him daily. He and his lovely wife and the family. And I tell God, I said, give me any kind of heart of compassion like you gave my brother in Jacksonville. I'll never forget when I walked into the doors of the grand opening of the church, I heard the voice of God say, you're walking into the manifestation of a dream. You're in my servant dream. You're in his vision. He saw this. This was he's a giant now. He's a little man, but look what he had on the inside of him. I mean, I want you to stand up and look. Look at the flags. Look at that country was in him. That country was in him. All these countries was in this one vessel. Please. Do all that you can to hold these hands up. Because when you hold his hands up, you live. Your family live. You're blessed. Are you listening to me? Moses, children of Israel, they were losing the battle. People and their families was dying. Then Hugh came and lifted up this arm. Aaron came and lifted up this arm. And they began to win the battle. Remember, when you don't hold up his hands, you lose. You lose.